Would you play competitive sport without knowing the rules or how to read the score? Imagine if only the manager and the coach knew the rules and the method of scoring and the players were all kept in the dark. Well, I think managing a business with little understanding of the financial implications of the decisions we make is like competing in sport without knowing the rules and the scoring system. You might be having fun, but probably not too sure of where you actually are at. You'll find that good managers have their fingers on the pulse of the business and they instinctively know good decisions from bad decisions. They've learned the rules and know how to score. But that takes time. It, in fact, takes lots of time. So it could take years. Learning by osmosis is a long process. The objective of this program is to shortcut that learning process. And instead of acquiring this knowledge from experience over many years, you can fast-track your learning by applying the easy-to-use tips and techniques that we cover in the 10 modules to deepen your understanding and broaden your knowledge of how business works. One of the first principles of business is to understand that everything in business needs to be paid for from sales. Eventually, we would need to be paid for from sales, whether it be increases in expenses, dropping our price in competitive markets, increasing shareholder returns, managing working capital, capacity planning. Everything starts off with sales. Imagine the scenario where the manager calls the team together and says, we need to increase the operating profit by 10%. How much do we need to sell? How much more do we need to sell? And will this have any effect on our cash flow? And as the group stands quite puzzled because you've been on the program and learned the concepts, you promptly can reply, sales will need to increase by 4%, which will require about $40,000 to fund our working capital. And instantly, you bring your future forward. My name is Ronnie Davidson. I've been involved in teaching finance, supply chain, and strategic selling to large corporations for over 30 years, and I've had the pleasure of training and coaching thousands of business folk internationally. Some of our major customers I'm proud to have been associated with: IBM, AECI, that's African Explosive, Dimension Data, to name but a few. During that time, we have learned from our delegates, and that has also broadened my experience, which I now bring to the party. So the program, How Much More Must We Sell?, looks at these issues in a holistic way to understand the flow from making decisions, the impact they have on sales, the impact they will have on profit, working capital, and cash. The beauty of the course is that it is not full of academic textbooks and so on and so forth. It is practical, it is focused teaching, and it is easy to learn. As an example, here's a typical learning module where we're looking at budgeting to maintain return on sales percentage, and we explain step by step what is the process and how it works, so you can exactly see what's happening on the spreadsheets and the covering rationale. Each module presents you with an exercise at the end to test your understanding and application, and the answers to these are given in the following module. So we have 10 interlocking modules. They are typically of bite-sized chunks, the maximum being 30 minutes, so typically 15 to 30 minutes duration. Total tuition time 3 to 4 hours, and we cover the following modules. Module 1 looks at moving from profit to sales. Module 2 looks at a link between operating profit and sales revenue, very easy to use. Module 3, we look at units to sell for capacity planning, looking at one unit, one product. Module 4, we start looking at multiple products to meet corporate profits. Module 5, we focus on margins and added value and what that means to the business. Module 6, we look at sales and working capital. Module 7, we look at the real cost of discounts and the implication and knock-on effect. Module 8, we look at managing the profit efficiencies in the business, the return on sales percentage. Module 9, we look at managing shareholders' returns and their expectations. And finally, in Module 10, we introduce you to some concepts on operational budgeting. So that's what's covered. That's the framework of the program. And I'll leave you with the words of a wise man who once said, "To know and not to do is not to know." So good luck, enjoy, and hope to see you on the program soon. Till then, Ciao for now.